You're not drinking, or decision to not drink anymore?
I do have my wine brand, and I love my 7 daughters, but I do take breaks. For 5 months, I had stopped drinking because I felt like I needed clarity, get rid of some negative energy that was in my life that I couldn't see.
These are the latest developments in the story involving Taraji P. Henson, and why Common's reaction to her new look has the internet asking serious questions about what is really going on behind the scenes. Lately, Taraji has been impossible to ignore, and not because of anything happening on a screen. People close to her have been noticing real changes in how she looks. And when someone like Common starts reacting to it publicly, the conversation stops being about appearances and starts about everything else that has been building underneath. So here's what has been reported, what Taraji has shared in her own words.
So 2018 was when I finally got a real quote. That is the last time that I haven't gotten a raise since then. And each and every project that I have to fight for that.
You still have to fight.
I have to fight for that.
What does that do to you?
That's why I'm not excited anymore.
It takes
all of that away. And I know what other people are getting paid.
What do you think that's about?
It's about me being a woman and a black woman. I still don't think that this town respects what black women bring to the table.
According to insiders, he framed her new look not as a fresh chapter, but as a calculated move to pull Hollywood's attention back to a career that has quietly stalled out. Coming from someone inside the same industry, that framing carries weight. And the reason people latched onto it so fast is because it connects directly to a story Taraji has been telling for years out loud, in interviews, on press tours, in rooms where she probably knew it would cost her something. Running underneath all of this is her openness about alcohol and what it has meant for her mental clarity. Taraji described taking a 5-month break from drinking, and her explanation was not about addiction. It was about needing to reset, the way some people fast when their system needs clearing out. Negative energy was clouding her judgment, and cutting back helped her finally see what she had been missing. She still has an occasional glass of wine by her own account, but her body, she explained, simply cannot handle more than that anymore. The career that Hollywood kept refusing to reward. An Oscar nomination and a historic Critics' Choice Award win should open every door a person could want in this industry, and for Taraji, neither one did. She became the first African-American actress to win the Critics' Choice Award for Best Actress in a Drama for her role as Cookie Lyon on Empire, and she earned an Oscar nomination for The Curious Case of Benjamin Button before that. Those are the kinds of credits that rewrite careers. For Taraji, they barely moved the needle. Going back to 2001, Baby Boy put her on the map while her co-star Tyrese Gibson walked directly into major franchises from that same film. And Taraji kept knocking on doors. Hustle and Flow came in 2005, and the doors stayed shut. Benjamin Button arrived in 2008 with that Oscar nomination attached, and still, nothing fundamentally shifted. What nobody talks about enough is what that Benjamin Button experience actually looked like from the inside. Taraji asked for $500,000. The studio agreed, then reversed course and offered $100,000, which she pushed up to $150,000 through negotiation. After taxes and paying her team, she walked away with $40,000 from a film that earned $335 million worldwide. Her own words on it were telling, because she admitted she was not even focused on the Oscar, just honored to share space with Brad Pitt and Cate Blanchett, swallowing her pride and delivering the best performance she could. That same cycle, fight for the role, accept far less than it was worth, and walk away with nothing to show for it, repeated itself across every chapter that followed. Empire arrived and the industry still found a way to fall short. By the time Empire turned Cookie Lyon into a cultural moment, Taraji had the credits, the awards, and the proof to demand something better. and the walls stayed exactly where they were. During the run of that show, she fired her entire team for mishandling everything that stardom was supposed to bring with it. No endorsements came in, no campaigns, no efforts to capitalize on the fact that Cookie Lyon had become one of the most recognized characters on television. There was even a planned spin-off built around Cookie that her team managed to fumble completely before it ever got off the ground. None of that mattered to her quietly, though, because by 2019, during the press run for What Men Want, Taraji stopped accepting any of it politely. She said publicly and plainly that she and her peers deserved to be paid, and that Hollywood needed them, full stop. And that is when the industry seemed to collectively decide she was the problem. The Color Purple press run and the moment everything broke open. The full breaking point arrived in 2023 during the press run for The Color Purple, when Taraji sat down with Gayle King and admitted she had genuinely considered walking away from acting entirely. The exhaustion she described was not about a heavy workload. It was about fighting the exact same battles year after year and watching the math refuse to add up no matter how much she delivered. Her last meaningful pay raise had come from Proud Mary, and she almost did not show up for The Color Purple at all because of what the conditions looked like going in. What she raised on that press run was not small. The lack of basic on-set amenities, the constant need to renegotiate from scratch on every single project instead of building on what she had already proved. The reality of being an Oscar-nominated actress who still could not secure a decent changing room. Gabrielle Union, Keke Palmer, and Octavia Spencer all stepped forward to back her publicly, and their support made one thing undeniable. This was not a Taraji problem. This was a systemic problem pressing down on Black women at every level of the industry. What nobody expected was how swiftly the fallout came. Oprah Winfrey reportedly created distance from Taraji after those comments, and a quiet narrative started circulating through Hollywood circles that she was difficult, unpredictable, a liability no production wanted to absorb, and according to reports, that narrative was being tied directly to her alcohol use as the explanation for all of it. Where Taraji stands now and what Common's reaction actually reveals. Taraji addressed all of it head-on, talking about the clarity that came with stepping back from alcohol, the trip to Bali she took after recognizing that drinking and smoking were masking the real issues rather than touching them, and the work she put into getting back to herself from the inside out. None of that quieter, steadier version of her has been enough to shake the narrative the industry already locked in around her name. The problem is that when an industry has already decided to treat someone's honesty as evidence of instability, no amount of calm walks it back. And at 55 years old, Taraji is up against something the industry rarely admits publicly, that roles for Black women in her age range are scarce, and Hollywood has a pattern of easing out proven talent in favor of younger faces while calling it something other than what it is. Common's reaction to her changed appearance, whatever he intended by it, cracked open a conversation that fans and supporters grabbed and ran with. People commented that they could see the exhaustion living in her eyes, that she is sick and tired of being sick and tired, and that the system she has been navigating for more than 20 years deserves to be named directly. None of this is actually about how Taraji looks. What it is about is an Oscar-nominated, history-making actress who spent decades proving her value to an industry that responded by fighting her for every dollar, every decent trailer, every basic condition that far less accomplished people received without ever having to ask. And when she finally refused to absorb it quietly, when she said what she meant on camera in front of everyone, that same industry turned her honesty into a liability and started closing doors. The real question has never been what happened to Taraji. That part is clear. The question that actually matters is whether Hollywood is going to reckon with any of it, or just keep waiting for the next woman to break before pretending to care. Drop your thoughts in the comments and make sure to like and subscribe for more. See you next time!